Cori Kennedy's blind audition on The Voice instantly stood out as one of the most heartfelt moments of the season. From the second she walked on stage, there was a calm confidence in her demeanor that set the tone for what was about to unfold. Choosing "Why Not Me" by the Judds was more than just a musical decision, it was a statement about identity, tradition, and courage. The Judds' music is deeply rooted in country history, and attempting one of their most recognizable songs carries enormous pressure. For many singers, it would feel like stepping into sacred territory, but Cori embraced the challenge with grace. As the first notes rang out, she didn't try to mimic Wynonna Judd's iconic delivery. Instead, she crafted her own interpretation, layering her voice with rich tone and subtle modern flair. The stage lighting emphasized her presence, bathing her in golden hues that echoed the warmth of the song's storytelling spirit. This wasn't simply a performance, it was a moment of connection, where Cori bridged the gap between classic country heritage and her own emerging artistry, immediately pulling the audience into her world. As Cori settled into the verses, her control and attention to detail became more apparent. She shaped each lyric with careful intention, turning words into lived experiences rather than just notes on a melody. The way she softened her tone on the tender lines contrasted beautifully with the power she unleashed on the chorus. It was this dynamic range that highlighted her vocal ability, showing she could deliver both intimacy and strength within the same song. Audience members could be seen swaying, clapping softly, and even mouthing the lyrics, a clear testament to how deeply her rendition resonated. What made the performance compelling was not only her technical precision but also her emotional honesty. Cori sang as if she had lived the story of "Why Not Me" herself, embodying the heartbreak, longing, and quiet resilience that the lyrics carry. Every gesture, from her subtle hand movements to the way she closed her eyes during key phrases, amplified her sincerity. Rather than appearing nervous, she seemed entirely at home on the stage, like she had been preparing for this moment her entire life. This balance of skill and heart created an atmosphere that felt both intimate and grand, pulling everyone closer to the performance. The real turning point came as her voice soared into the second chorus. Her tone grew stronger, her vibrato more pronounced, and her confidence more visible. This was the moment that caught the coach's attention in full force. The sound of a chair turning signaled recognition that Cori was not just a good singer but a true contender. As more chairs turned, the excitement in the room built. The audience erupted into cheers, clapping and shouting encouragement as they realized they were witnessing something special. Cori, however, remained grounded, keeping her focus on the lyrics and the story she was telling. She didn't let the distraction of moving chairs break her concentration, a skill that demonstrated her professionalism. The stage lighting shifted dramatically during this high point, intensifying the mood with beams of warm orange and red that reflected the passion in her voice. This marriage of sound, light, and emotion elevated the performance into something unforgettable. By the time she reached the song's peak, she had shown she was not simply covering a classic but reimagining it, breathing new life into lyrics that many thought they knew inside and out. What set Cori apart from other contestants wasn't just her technical ability but her deep understanding of the song's cultural and emotional weight. "Why Not Me" is more than just a track from the Judds' repertoire, it is a symbol of an era in country music where storytelling and authenticity were paramount. Many contestants might shy away from songs with such legacy for fear of comparison, but Cori leaned into it. She honored the original by maintaining its emotional essence while layering it with her individuality. Her voice carried subtle gospel undertones, blending seamlessly with the country framework and giving her performance a timeless quality. This ability to honor tradition while introducing freshness is exactly what shows like The Voice are built to discover. It's the delicate balance of respecting the past while forging the future. Her audition reminded both the coaches and the audience that country music, while rooted in history, continues to evolve through new voices like hers. In that moment, Cori proved she wasn't just a contestant. She was an artist with a vision, ready to carve her own space in a crowded industry. As the final notes faded, the studio was filled with roaring applause and standing ovations from sections of the crowd. The coaches praised her song choice, her control, and above all, the emotional depth she brought to the performance. Each coach highlighted a different aspect of her talent. One applauded her storytelling ability, another emphasized her natural tone, and yet another pointed out her stage composure and authenticity. With multiple teams vying for her, Cori faced the enviable but difficult decision of selecting the right coach to guide her journey. Regardless of which team she would ultimately join, her blind audition left a lasting impression that she was a standout. Her performance of "Why Not Me" had been more than just a successful audition, it was a declaration of her artistry and potential. In just a few minutes on stage, Cori Kennedy transformed from an unknown hopeful to a name audiences will remember throughout the season. It was a performance rooted in respect, delivered with passion, and destined to be replayed as one of the highlights of the Voice Blind auditions.